Hi! What's up, guys? Welcome back to Nicole Knows Life. I'm Nicole, and welcome if you are new. I have a really raw video for you guys today. I really want to talk about some things that I haven't really been seeing being addressed when it comes to being a work from home mommy. So I just kind of wanted to dive into that and really talk about what it's been like for me. I do motherhood and lifestyle videos, so if that's something you're into, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me. So I know you guys seen my vlogs about, you know, working from home. I think I did like 2 of them when I really first started, and I've seen, you know, thousands of other mommies doing the same thing. But what I haven't seen is mommies talking about what it's really like, what no one really tells you what it's like being a work from home mommy. So don't worry, I'm here to tell you. Being a work from home mommy is not easy. Working from home within itself is great. I used to want to do it all the time pre-COVID, but I never got the chance. Well, COVID came and I finally got the chance. Luna was still going to daycare, and then, you know, things got bad. Her daycare shut down, so she came home, and then it was just like, all right, what am I gonna do? So I was kind of like trying to figure it all out, you know, and then I semi-figured it out. I thought that I was gonna be this mom who could work, sit at her desk and work, and then go and help Luna do activities, you know, keep her learning up. And boy, was I in for a reality check, okay? Super crazy, super crazy. You know, that only lasted about a month, and then her daycare luckily had opened back up, and I was like, yes. I could send her back because this is really, really hard. But then things had got super bad. My husband and I, we decided together to take her out because we just didn't feel like her health should be put at risk, and she has not been back since. So it's been about 3 months since she's been out of daycare, and boy, do I have some things to unload for you, because the second time around is a lot different than the first time around. One of the things that I don't think we really talk about is that a lot of moms who do work from home here on YouTube are already just doing YouTube or doing social media. They're influencers, and that's great because I want to be one of them. But I think that you need to understand, when you have a 9 to 5 that you literally have to sit at a desk at, and then you also have to, you have a 3-year-old that you have to tend to, it's totally different. It's like totally different in 2 totally different worlds. Because if you're a work from home mom and you're an influencer, well, you're your own boss. But if you are a work from home mom and you have a 9 to 5, you have a boss you have to answer to. You have to clock in and you have to clock out. You have to do your work, your projects, whatever. To me, that's just totally different. You know, if I was my own boss, it'd be easier because then I know the kind of schedule I want. But because I'm not, I have to work around my schedule that is already put in place for me by a company. So I need you guys to go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me and like this video so I can be my own boss. When I say talk about schedules, for me, nobody talks about time balance, like balancing time, balancing everything, just balancing your day. And I think that we as moms, we try to take on a lot. We try to take on, you know, being a mom, working, being a wife, if you are, you know, married. For me, I am married, so that's another balance, because your husband wants attention, your husband needs you, your child needs you. You also try to take on cooking, cleaning, you know, just kind of being there. And you just don't have any time, and you don't know how to balance it. So nobody really talks about that, because for me, it's like Monday through Friday, I'm in mommy mode and I'm in work mode. Like, I don't know, like, if there is even a difference between the two of me. Like, I just don't know. And because my husband works outside of the house, so therefore it's not as easy for him to be available for me, and it's not as easy for me to be available for him. I am blessed at the moment because, as you guys know, I do live with my parents. They both work from home. I have young parents, so yes, they still work. My mom does help me a lot. My dad can't really because he's in IT, but my mom, she is amazing. She helps me, and her office is actually in Luna's room. So when we move out, she'll have her own office. But Luna wakes up, and you know, sometimes she wants to go upstairs, and as long as Luna's quiet, because my mom does have a lot more phone calls than I do, then she can stay upstairs. So for me, that's kind of like something I use for my advantage to balance my time throughout the day, because I I do a lot of video projects for my job, which means, you know, I cannot have a kid in those videos like I can have in my videos. So therefore I have to figure out how to, like, you know, balance that time. One thing that I've been doing is kind of trying to keep the same schedule she normally would in school and I normally would at work. So when we get up in the morning, we have breakfast, which is something we would have normally been doing. And then at 12 p.m. we have lunch. So as long as I try to keep those normalcies, I think that it helps me a little bit. Now in between, you know, my first half of the day and the second half of the day, that is the hard part. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you mommies who do work 9 to 5 can understand that, because a lot of you all probably have school age kids, which I wouldn't even know what to do with a school age kid, because you have to be their teacher and then you have to be their mommy, and it's just a lot. Basically, if I'm giving you, I guess, a tip, I would definitely say get you a planner and plan out your days, you know, by hour blocks. Right now, I am still working it out, but like I said, slowly we are starting to figure out our groove. And I know it's been 3 months, but we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. We're like, all right, morning time, this is what we're gonna do. And then she also has activities, so like, even though I haven't yet set a time frame for each activity, she definitely has been kind of repetitive in what she does throughout the day, and then who she's with. Like I said, mostly she's with me, because she just gravitates towards me. She wants to be with me, but every now and again she will stay with my mom, so that is so helpful. And that kind of brings me to like what I just kind of said, time balance. You need to be more organized. At work, I was already organized, because I just kind of have, like, you know, you're a robot when you have to do the same things every day, when you know what you have to do, when you know your projects, you know, the due dates and stuff like that. But when you have a kid in the play and you have to do your job, you're just like, wait. So I definitely suggest being more organized, because I am not organized. Nobody told you to be, oh, when your kids go home and they're doing school, be organized, because kids, they already organize themselves while they're in school. They have color-coded folders. Well, now they're not switching classes. Now they're just sitting at a desk and sitting on, you know, on a Zoom call or whatever it may be. Definitely the organization. Like, nobody told me to be organized. And I was like, I gotta figure this all out. And that's why I suggested get a planner, because it's been the best thing that happened to me. I use my planner like, you know, like it's my Bible almost. Like, I have to have it. Otherwise, I won't know where I'm going, because on the side of actually having a 9 to 5, I'm trying to, you know, I do YouTube and I try to take pictures for Instagram. And so it's like, I influence on the side. So it's like, you know, you have to be organized to balance these things out. So time balance and organization go hand in hand. Another thing nobody really talks about is the fact that we are just stuck in the house with your kids. And as much as us moms love our babies, because we do, sometimes I feel like Luna gets tired of me, just like I get tired of, you know, constantly being in mommy mode. And I know that sounds like you're gonna be like, oh, you're a bad mom, so save the bad mom comments. But my thing is, for all of us 9 to 5 working moms, you're constantly in that space where you're like, okay, I gotta be a mom. Okay, I gotta go to work. I gotta get up, drink my coffee, log on to work. I gotta make sure she's fed, she has breakfast. I gotta make sure, you know, you're just constantly like a robot. And the kids are the same too, because they want interaction. They want interaction with their friends. They miss their friends. They want to, you know, hang out. But I think to a point they get tired of seeing their mom and dad all the time. And they're like, I am bored, because Luna gets bored. Nobody tells you that. Nobody tells you that kids will eventually get bored, because when I was in high school and middle school, I always looked forward to having my Christmas breaks, my spring breaks, you know, my fall breaks from school in general. But it does get to a point, like over summer break, you're kind of like, all right, I'm tapped out. I've done all I could do. What more is it? And I'm tired of, you know, seeing my mom and dad. I'm tired of like being in the house. Like, now we're kind of forced to be in the house. I know outside is pretty much open, but it's still not the same. No, not everybody feels comfortable with people coming over. Now it's flu season, so now you have to worry about that. So it's just like boredom nobody tells you about. And it's like, how do you combat that? How do you, help your kid not get tired of you and you not get tired of them? Because mommies need breaks too. Just like kids need breaks, mommy needs a break too. Especially because when you get tired of it, you get frustrated. It becomes like, it just sucks. You're just like, ugh. And I know I've seen women, moms talk about on social media how they're getting like depressed. They don't want to do, their fun things that they want to do that they used to do on the side because they lost motivation. So it's a real thing. Like mommy guilt is a real thing, and kids being bored is a real thing, and we get frustrated at them because they start to act out because they're bored, and it's kind of just like it's hard to deal with. It's hard to deal with. But one thing that I guess I've kind of combated that boredom with, because Luna was on the cusp of just really learning and getting, to know new kids. She was like making friends. And so I try to take her out as much as I can on the weekends. There's not a lot of kid-friendly places open right now because kids love to touch and they love to, just be dirty kids. I mean, they just love to do that, and that's fine. They should. But a lot of those places aren't open because of that. What I've done like I said, I try to take her out, even if it's just to like Target. That's her new favorite thing now. So it makes her happy, makes me happy. But I also got creative with the different activities. We tried tie-dye for the first time. Now that she's 3 years old, she's able to partake in activities, so that is amazing. So I just got creative, and that's one thing I was gonna discuss is like, you have to, nobody tells you that you have to be creative, and a lot of people aren't creative. Luckily for me, I'm a creative person, so I've been thinking about all these different things that we could do. Once I create my schedule, I can implement these things, but I definitely on the weekends try to take time out to really hone in and focus on her, because even though we might be tired of each other, another thing is we don't get to really spend quality time with each other, because we're together all day, but my mindset is focused on work and her mindset is like, mommy, I want you to play. And then when I don't play with her, she's going elsewhere to find that attention. So I think it's important for me as a mom to sit down with her on the weekends and figure out like what I can do to make that better, because I don't know a lot of moms that have kids her age. Like I said, there's not a lot of places right now open for me to take her to go meet new people. So that is one thing I noticed that people don't talk about, that you don't talk about the frustrations of sitting at home, with your kid every single day. And you see the memes, you laugh and joke about it, but some people really are depressed about it. And some, kids are really depressed, and kids are bored, and they are tired. And nobody really talks about that. And I think we should have an open conversation about that. I think we should discuss that, because this is our life right now. And that's just something we have to deal with. And I think the best way to combat that is get creative. Find something that you and your child can enjoy together. And yes, you're not, with your mommy friends or your friends, and yes, your kid isn't with their friends, but I think that you guys can both appreciate trying new things and having fun together for the first time. And when you look back on it, when life does get back normal, if it does, you can actually, be grateful for those moments, So like I said, it is hard, but that's kind of one thing that I've been trying to do. As a mom, I always preach, you should definitely, find a day where your husband can take the kids, or the child's, father can take the kids, and you can have a day to yourself, because sometimes you need that time. That is definitely okay. And I'll be doing a video about it. Alright, so moving on, something else that they don't tell you about is being an educator. I have had to, really figure out how to best. I think I mentioned this earlier, but I don't have a, school-age child. However, I had a child who would have been going to preschool. So I think it's important for me to figure out how to keep her education going, so that way she doesn't lack those skills when she, goes back. And I think a lot of moms, especially a lot of moms of toddlers, have to figure that out. A lot of moms, even of school-age kids, have to figure that out, because if your kid is in high school, I'm pretty positive you're probably struggling on how to be their teacher, because like at that point they're independent. Like they don't have one teacher, they have 5 or 6 teachers. So it's like now you have to figure out how to help your child balance work. I almost work from home, but school from home. You have to figure it out, help them figure out how to balance that while you're trying to figure out how to balance that. And a lot of times, a lot of jobs aren't as flexible, and I'm grateful that my job is very flexible for me to be able to like have different hours. But a lot of jobs aren't like that, 9 to 5. It's like you must show up and you must be there. So it's like I can only imagine what goes on in the background. And so being an educator, I just had to figure it out. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go by her workbooks, because I'm pretty sure she would be learning. Like she would come home with like, you know, lessons that they were doing. So I had to like go by workbooks. I invested in ABC Mouse, and that is still a tool that I would definitely recommend. I highly recommend it. It's only $10 a month, and Luna has like a virtual like cartoon teacher, but like she takes herself through the lessons. So becoming an educator is just like, it was hard, but I think when you find the right tools that fit you and your child, it definitely, you know, can be made easy. The last thing that I wanted to kind of touch on about what they don't tell you is trying to freaking stay healthy and nutritious. Like, y'all, I cannot tell you how hard this quarantine has hit me and Luna, because for a long time I tried to be this perfect mom and feed my kid her 3 meals a day and make sure they're healthy and nutritious and make sure she's not eating junk. But then like she's home now and she's getting picky. She's in the stage where food, it has to be something she really likes. You have to like kind of motivate her to try it, because she'll look at something, she's like, I don't like it, and has never even tasted it. So it has been hard to kind of do that, because I have to admit, and I'm pretty sure I can relate to a lot of other mommies out there, but it has been so hard trying to keep her on a healthy diet. And by healthy, I mean not giving her cookies for breakfast in the morning, because I've done that. You know, the one thing that I can say is I stopped like feeding her milk and dairy, as much dairy. She still eats like cheese sticks, but like, oh, it's been hard, because at school, you know, they get these nutritious meals and they get to try new things. But when it's just you and her, it's like, because there's some days I can honestly truly skip breakfast. I do skip breakfast because I might be busy at work and trying to like hammer some stuff out before she needs me. Or there's times where I don't even eat anything on lunch because I'm hammering things out at work. In between time, she's asking for things, and it is so easy to just be like, yes, yes, yes. Especially when she's like in a whining mode and you know that you need like that quiet time because you have projects or you have to get on the phone. So it's been hard. It's been hard. But you know, I tried to like give her veggies in like powder form and put it in her chocolate milk, because that's the only way I can get anything like green in her, because she may talk about vegetables but she won't try them. No. But yeah, that was a load full. I just want to tell you guys thank you for watching, and hit that subscribe button if you love this video. Comment below, let's have a conversation below. Give this video a big thumbs up for us, and hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys soon.